Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's Orange Hat here, bringing you another Disney video. Because it seems that Disney CEO Bob Iger is trying to blame the failure of the Marvels and its abysmal quality on the pandemic. Yeah. He's blaming it on COVID. You do realize how utterly ridiculous that is, right? But anyway, let's get into it. There was a lack of executive oversight on set. He may be selling it, but it's highly doubtful that anybody will buy it. According to Disney CEO Bob Iger, rather than the studio's own talents and workflow, the actual culprits behind the impressively poor quality of the Marvels were the COVID-19 pandemic and the supposed lack of on-set oversight from executives. That's because you guys were so embarrassed that you didn't want to go down there, but hey, if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't have allowed it to be made. Just thinking. The current executive head of the House of Mouse offered his take on the Marvel's latest disaster while speaking to attendees at the 2023 edition of New York Times Deal Book Summit, an annual speaking event wherein the outlets Andrew Ross, yada yada. For example, this year's include numerous high-profile individuals came across the world industry, yada yada yada. Speaking on the topic of Disney's recent string of box office misses, Iger began per a live tweet from the event provided by The Verge by admitting that not only does the company need to get more realistic about their internal performance expectations, but also that it was a definite mistake to approach the streaming era with a flood-the-market-esque production philosophy. You think? From there, the CEO turned to directly address the Marvel's box office implosion. However, rather than blame the film's flopping on either the recent Hollywood Guild strikes, its lack of marketing, or its allegedly sexist attitude of fans, Iger instead claimed that its poor performance was yet another casualty of Disney's eye for content being bigger than their stomachs. The Marvels was shot during COVID, argued Iger. There wasn't enough supervision on set from executives. What? Notably, this is not the first time or responsibility for Marvel's current quality spiral has been blamed on executive teams at both Marvel Studios and Disney being stretched too thin. Anonymously relaying their experiences to Variety's Tatiana Siegel for a recent crisis at Marvel expose, a number of Marvel insiders lamented that while the studio's visual effects quality is in fact gone off a cliff over their past few releases, with many pointing to She-Hulk Attorney at Law as a particularly egregious example of this decline, these issues were sadly a symptom of a deeper rot, namely a lack of oversight on script development. No, here's the thing. You all already admitted agenda over profits. I already did a video on it, folks. So I ain't buying this bullshit. In backing up their claims, said sources recalled how in She-Hulk's original outline, Jennifer's origin was not shown on screen until the series' second to last episode. However, after watching this initial cut, Marvel's higher-ups, Kevin Feige, realized that this delayed explanation as to how the series' protagonist got her powers would confuse rather than excite its viewers. Actually, everybody already knew, so it really didn't matter. As such, the series was set back to its VFX team, who were then instructed to do what they could to salvage She-Hulk's narrative in post-production by making Kevin Feige a fucking robot. Per one specific source who was involved in She-Hulk, the so-called VFX would see was because of bad script leaks, yada yada. So, yeah, they keep on blaming it on everything but what the real statement is. Yet, contrary to Iger's assertion, in reality, it seems Marvel's problems has less to do with a lack of executive oversight, but rather an overabundance of it. Case in point, look at Daredevil Born Again, which infamously was set back to the drawing board this past October after the studio higher-ups realized The Man Without Fear's television return was shaping to be less than heroic. In doing so, the studio threw out the most of the work produced by the series' original brain trust, a team of producers whose ranks included Marvel's boss Kevin Feige, Marvel Comics editor Sana Amanat, Disney's Luis Desposito, Secret Invasion co-producer Chris Gray, oh my god, I suck at reading right now, and the original series writers Matt Corman and Chris Ord, in favor of handing off its redevelopment to their newly tapped creative team of showrunners Dario Scardapane from Netflix's The Punisher, and directorial duo Benson and Moorhead, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, from Synchronic. All in all, it seems that rather than letting executives attempt to control the entire lurching machine, or the entire lurching machine that is the MCU, it would serve Iger, Disney, and Marvel better to continue shifting towards dedicated creative teams. But then again, this is Marvel. They're not exactly known for taking the respectable and obvious way out of their own self-inflicted issues. So yeah, that is very true. Disney, I already did a video on this, folks, where Disney has admitted agenda is the purpose. We don't care or we're just warning our investors, we're going to keep doing this or it's going to cost money. It's like, yeah, you legally let us know, but here's the thing, I'm still suing you for fiduciary breach of contract. Your job is to make us money, not to or not to make us or not to impoverish us, not to make us go into poverty. And this bullshit thing here, where they're attempting to blame it on COVID and lack of executive oversight. Bullshit. I don't buy it. I'm not going to watch that movie because I didn't like the first one. Why would I watch the second one? Brie Larson has now proven that if she's not in between two canons, which is or canon-sized quality movies, well, I don't know about Endgame, but Infinity War was great quality. Endgame not so much, but still it was going to be it was the final chapter of the Infinity Saga. And being sandwiched in between and then lied about saying it's a must-watch, well, yeah, that got butts and seats. But now that it's not a must-watch, her movie was lacking. She's been weighed, measured, and found wanting. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the review. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Yes, I know I said review. I have no idea why I said it, but that's going to be the video. Anyway, folks, leave your comments down in the comment section below. This is Ben Orange Chat. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay humble.